Hello and welcome back to Exothermic Plays Games. I'm Exothermic and the date today is Thursday, October 10th, 2024. I've been doing a countdown of my favorite video games of all time through each day of the year, and coming in at number 83 is Mario Kart Double Dash. Mario Kart games, to me, are all about the fun factor. Really, any racing game to me is about the fun factor, not about how accurate of a simulation it is, or how strategic or skillful, or anything really like that. I enjoy racing games when I get to do something silly and dumb and fun with other people, preferably in the same room. And that's why Mario Kart Double Dash is not only the best Mario Kart game, but my favorite racing game. Much of the GameCube iteration of the franchise is really close to Mario Kart 64, but there's some obvious improvements. I'm talking graphics, and while I said realistic physics aren't the goal for me, there does need to be a certain floor to it, which I think Double Dash nails. But the most obvious thing, which is the namesake of the game, is that each kart now has two people on it. You have a driver in the front and a passenger in the back. Playing solo, it's kinda just Mario Kart 64 again, except you can bank an item, which is fine. I like Mario Kart 64. I ranked it pretty favorably on my list. There's a little more, but not that much more. Where things really shine, however, is the multiplayer. It blows my mind they only did this in the one game. When two people are playing on one kart, one person is driving, and the other is gunning. The player in the back controls your item usage, and when you get close to another kart, they can actually punch them or whatever, and try to take them out or steal their items or do things like that. It's great. Playing this with a teammate is the most fun I've ever had in a racing game, and it not being in any later titles is the main reason I haven't bought even one of them. Really, there's actually a lot of nuance to this. The character pairings can sometimes get unique items, like Baby Mario and Baby Luigi taking their chain chomp for a walk, and the coordination between two people that know what they're doing can do a lot. On the surface level, there's aiming for attacking other racers and drifting near them to knock them out and having to communicate to set all of that up, but if you're really familiar with each other and your skill set and the tracks, maybe one player is better at some tracks than others, so you can swap around, or even for singular parts of tracks, you can change seats on the fly. Of course, no Mario Kart game is complete without things to do besides just racing. Balloon Battle and Bob-omb Blast return from earlier titles, but new in Double Dash is Shine Thief, which is actually reminiscent to me, and I'm sure there's other comparisons to draw, but this is where I saw it first in my life, this style of game, the Oddball game mode from Halo. There's a special item that you win the game by holding it the longest within the duration of the match, and if you get hit by any items or anything, you drop it. I really like it, but as is the problem with most battle modes, they only particularly work well in the chaos of a full 4-player game. Really, the biggest thing holding this game back from an even higher ranking is the 4-player limitation of the GameCube. If Mario Kart 9 on the Switch 2, or whatever they wind up calling it, brings back 2 racers as an option from Double Dash, I will buy it day one, so my wife and I can tear up the online tracks. But while we wait for that to not happen, you can join me tomorrow as I talk about my 82nd favorite game, where I need to keep Tariq Skubal as far away from this game as humanly possible.